In the Button comic series that features Batman and the Flash, Batman gets the chance to meet his father. So to set the scene, in the storyline, Batman and Flash are investigating a bloody button that Batman discovered during the prelude Flash comics. Flash believes that using the cosmic treadmill stowed away in the Watchtower will help to follow the radiation that emits from the button. He plans to go alone until Batman tells him that he's going as well. Batman in the previous issue got his shit kicked in by the Reverse Flash. I can make a different video for that, but the focus is on the topic at hand. Anyway, Flash tries to talk Batman out of it, but it's obviously not going to work. When they use it, they see alternate versions of themselves. It's a really interesting set of panels that shows Batman and Flash's reactions. Their cosmic treadmill then goes out of control and comes crashing down into the Flashpoint timeline. For those that don't know, it's an alternate timeline Flash created where Bruce Wayne died and his father, Thomas Wayne, becomes Batman. Towards the end of the Flashpoint story, Thomas gives a letter to Flash to give to Bruce when Flash goes back to fix his timeline. In the letter, he essentially tells Batman that maybe some things happen by chance and some things happen because we make them happen. The reality was supposed to be completely wiped at the end of the story. However, here in the Button series, Bruce and Barry both land here, and Barry recognizes it immediately. Batman then sees his father beside him. They're both shocked, as you would expect, with Thomas Wayne believing it's some kind of trick at first. Meanwhile, Flash is just trying to figure out how the hell they're in the Flashpoint timeline since it's supposed to be non-existent. Flash suspects that something else kept the Flashpoint from vanishing. While Bruce and Thomas try to get their family therapy session going, Flash decides to fix the cosmic treadmill. While they do that, random warriors from Aquaman and Wonder Woman's groups come out of nowhere to attack them. It's like a video game where filler enemies come out of nowhere so you have something to do. I just thought that was funny how they just kind of came out of nowhere to fight them. Bruce wants his dad to leave with them, with Thomas telling him no and they have both got to leave. We then see Bruce and Thomas absolutely mollywopping the randoms and how you would expect two Batman to be while Flash builds the cosmic treadmill. Thomas asks Bruce if he remembers as a kid what he said to him when he was getting pulled out of the cave the first time they went in. Bruce says barely, with Thomas finishing his sentence saying he didn't want to scare the bats. We get some really cool emotional pieces from this comic. Anyway, Flash fixes the cosmic treadmill and then realizes that the Flashpoint timeline is once again getting erased. Flash realizes that it's time to go or else they're going to get wiped out from existence. Batman then tells his dad that the letter was the greatest gift anyone's ever given him, and then tells him that he has a son. Batman pleads for his father to come with them, but Thomas pushes Bruce onto the treadmill, telling him to leave. The next panel is probably the most intense part of not only this comic, but it's probably up there with some of the most intense comic book moments of all time. Thomas reminds Flash that he has made a promise to save his son. Flash is seemingly bewildered here by the lack of time they have and asks Thomas to come with him. Bruce here just looks powerless at the fact that he demands Barry to let him go, but I think Bruce knows too that there's nothing he can do to get Thomas to come with him. Knowing that Batman's parents are a huge weakness of his, it gives this panel a way bigger hit to the heart. Bruce only got to see his dad for maybe like a few minutes tops here. And then Thomas reminds Bruce that he's the world to him. If you're a superhero fan and this doesn't affect you, you are dead inside. And one of the most pivotal moments in the story is that Thomas tells Bruce to stop being Batman and to find happiness instead. He wants Bruce to be a father for his son in the way he never could. Bruce's final words to him is that they can save him before they vanish, with Thomas saying that he already has. Thomas, like an absolute badass, reminisces of the time Bruce fell down the cave as a kid and how he tells him that the Waynes always get back up, before vanishing alongside the Flashpoint. The comic then progresses along its amazing story. If you haven't read this comic, I highly recommend you do. There's so much more that happens besides this. Anyways, while Batman and Flash travel through the time stream, they talk about what it was that sent them to Flashpoint and what or who kept the Flashpoint timeline intact. All these answers in the Button mysteries are already solved in the comics, but I'm kind of keeping it vague in case people want to read about it, because I really do think it's interesting and I want people to read it. Towards the end of the comic, Bruce thinks about what his father told him and decides to not answer the bat signal in doing so. What do you guys think about this comic? I'm curious on how people feel about it and its emotional hits, honestly. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you want to see more things like this. Goodbye, people.